Welcome back to another Minetest mod review. Today we are looking at the Fire Realism mod, which does things with fire. So let's start by taking a swing over to this little, what is this thing called? Not a plateau, man, I should have paid more attention in middle school geography. There's a name for one of these things. Anyway, we're going to this thing. Well, let's take a look at the fire extinguisher before we get too far ahead of ourselves. So the fire extinguisher, as you can tell, puts out fires. It also changes those, which we will get to shortly. The fire extinguisher can be crafted with steel, red dye, and a bucket of water, just like so. And it will put out all flames. Oh, sweet. We got a little ahead of ourselves right there. It'll put out fire and flames within a 3-node radius of where you click. Fire and flames. Yeah, I really sound like I know what I'm talking about there. It'll put out fire and these hot embers is what I meant in a 3-node radius, as you see. So, as we saw right there, actually, perfect timing. Thank you for working so well. The hot embers can ignite things on fire. They are an igniter. So they will alight things on flame. They will cool off by themselves as well, which this one in the corner just did. One little tidbit. I'm not 100% sure why this was done this way, but every single dirt type has a ash version of it, which seems a little peculiar to me. I need to get out of this fire before I'm burnt alive. Because of how the code works, I don't really see the necessity of that. These wind dug do have a chance of dropping charcoal, which I don't know how realistic that really is. Like, if something already burnt, does it have charcoal in it? I guess if it was the surrounding stuff was burning and it didn't really have a chance to actually burn because it was oxygen starved, it could be turned into charcoal. Usually when you're making charcoal, though, you basically subject something to high heat and don't give it oxygen so it can't burn. But be that all as it may, let's get some of this fire put out here. So yeah, it'll burn up. Oh no, it broke, as you'd expect fire to. And it does this, which I changed the code a little bit, and maybe I changed it a little bit too much. And so once the fire goes through and ravages the countryside, or the whatever thing we're standing on here, or the sky islands, floating sky things, these really take too long to burn and really are not working well to demonstrate this. See about these ones. These are probably doing just as poorly. Yeah, these aren't gonna help me demonstrate this at all. So we'll just head back to this. Oh wow, it like burnt down this whole hill too, or the cliff face, I suppose. So as it spreads, we can see that it gives us the hot embers, or hot ash, whatever you want to call it. After time, the hot ash will cool down and just turn into normal ash. And then the normal ash will actually turn back into not ash, I guess, for lack of a better term. So once the fire has mostly burnt out, we see there's a lot of hot ash left, but there's I'd say about half of it's cooled down at this point. It'll continue cooling, and then at some point we will see that Mother Nature does her thing, and we get all of our normal biome decorations coming back. So we'll have, I'm not sure which biome exactly this is, a savanna, I'm assuming. So we'll have acacia bushes, possibly. There's no guarantee, but but acacia bushes could spawn here, dry grass, of course, and the ash itself will all be turned back into the normal savanna grass, which is, pretty nice because you don't really want to see this sitting around for super long. Though, admittedly, the grow back might be a little sudden because the ABM runs at once every 12 minutes, but a chance of 1. So the entirety of all of the, I think, cool ash just instantly changes. It doesn't do like, say, 1 out of 3 every 12 minutes. It's all of them. So it's pretty abrupt. It's pretty sudden. You will definitely notice it when it happens. And there we go. It just switched, and you'll see that, well, a couple errors here. Let me get a fire extinguisher quick and put this out before we have another giant mess on our hands. Because I don't have give. All right. Yeah, we're gonna be too late by the time this is. It's out of control. So the hot embers, wow, it's already out. The hot embers, as you saw, will ignite things back on fire. And that can be an issue when the landscape regenerates. Now, I'm not sure why we only got half of the area here regenerated. As far as I can tell from reading the code, the entirety of it should have been. Did I get the fire all out? No, I see you over here, you little sneaky bug. Oh, and there's some more. I'm just gonna have to punch it by hand. Oh no, no you don't. There we go. I think we're good. I should really, No, we got some over here, but there's nothing around it that's flammable, so we're probably okay. But you know what, just to play it safe, let's go ahead and get this put out too. Oh look, it's all burning down the backside here. I didn't even realize that the back of this was sloped. Okay, well, I guess it is. That's probably good enough. Let's get that guy just to be doubly sure. Hey, where did this fire come from? Alright, I think we're good now. Let's take another look back up these floating islands. Yeah, they're still just a hot mess. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm guessing this must have been a map block border or something, which is why that portion didn't regenerate to the biome data and this section did. But whatever the case, it does regrow back to what the normal biome should be. And I had actually set the value back to the 12 minutes because when I had it at the 60 seconds, it kept restarting on fire. And I thought, oh, well, maybe that's too soon and the hot embers haven't cooled. And it looks like even at the 12 minutes, they still didn't necessarily all cool. But that's, as far as I can tell, is the mod. It should pretty much work on any biomes. I was gonna do like some more stuff and burn it, but the fire takes too long to burn, honestly. Like, these had been all burned, so now they're all just burning again. I'm probably too far away when I'm over there, so they're not being processed, because these should have burnt and all the time I was sitting there watching that burn. But whatever. That's the mod. It burns stuff, and then once it's all burnt out, well, it doesn't technically all have to be burnt out, but it will regenerate the biomes after they've burned, which is pretty neat. I don't know of any other mod that does anything even similar to this. Oh, and one last thing to mention, the hot ashes light up at night a little bit. So there's that too. Anyways, that is the Fire Realism mod. Links all on my website, which is linked down below in the video description. As always, thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another mod review, and I will see you then.